I caught him. Oh.
To the king.
King.
Thumbs up. Elbows back.
Elbows back.
Feet apart.
Feet apart.
Knees together.
Knees together.
Hey friends, welcome to this week's video of
Montana Haven.
Wow. Well, it is a beautiful, glorious day here in Montana. Look at that blue sky.
It is so beautiful.
We've had the last, 3 or 4 days have been amazing.
Just clear, sunny skies, and it's like 50 degrees today.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So what are we doing this week? What's happening?
Well, we still have our pastors here from Alaska. They're leaving tomorrow, but we are showing them around.
Yep.
We're going to go to the Kootenai Falls. Just have some fun with
Right,
them.
right. So if you're new to our channel, I want to say welcome. Priscilla and I, along with our 5 children here, we're in Montana, in our Montana home for a few months. We do vacation rental in our home while we're gone, or even the full-time. It's the upstairs. We live in the basement right now. And so we're just going to be working on some projects this week and doing what we always do, is do family things. We'll show you around as we go along. So want to show you. You can see Justin right there. He's busy working. All these building materials are going to go on the bottom part of our house there, and we'll explain what we're doing.
I'm excited. It's been years.
Yes, it's been years. So the year we got married, in 2004, we started clearing land, and now we're still working on it. So that's when you own a house, you almost never get done.
We do so many things.
Right.
Like
And we have
in
big
Alaska
dreams.
Part-time. Yeah.
We always keep dreaming. We always want to keep... This won't be the last project, trust me. There'll be more projects to come. So guys, we want this channel to be a place where you can find hope and encouragement for you and your family. Let's show you around. Well, first things first, look at all these, everything, building supplies. So this metal right here is going to be like a barn board look metal. Hopefully it's going to look good. We're going to put this on the outside of kind of like a wainscot. So it's going to start over there at the bottom, go all the way around the front, all the way around that side, and around that side of the house. All right, so we're going to do that. You'll see how that turns out then. And then look at these big rock caps. These are 24 inch by 24 inch, so 2 foot square rock caps. Each one of these pillars right here is going to have a rock pillar around them, right? So it's going to be all the way around here. All these are going to have rock pillars, so that's a big project. So a few weeks ago, we got all these supplies, and we just had them in our trailer. And then the rocks that we're going to use, it's a Montana slate rustic ledge stone, is what these rocks are, right there. And there's a stink bug sitting right there, a booger. So a lot of rocks, all those rocks, all these rocks, the rock caps, and there you can see a little bit of that wood grain. I think it's going to look pretty nice. It'll be interesting. We are kind of that way. We do things sometimes a little bit unique, artsy, I guess, our own style. Yes, so we're going to get started and see where it leads. There are the falls. Actually, they're only about half size, I'd say, honey. Because they usually...
I mean, I remember when...
Yeah, if it's really, really flowing, it's all the way across right there.
Guys, they're not actually very big.
Just a real pretty place. Kootenai Falls swinging bridge right here. We are back from hiking, and look at this beautiful, honey, is that banana cream pie?
No,
Oh, peanut butter.
cream pie.
Yes, peanut butter cream pie. It looks absolutely amazing. And Priscilla, tell us what you made today.
Well, I actually didn't make those pot pies.
Okay, the pot pies that Priscilla did not make.
We got it in the bakery.
So from the Amish Farm to Market store here. And
then-
of course, these things that we can't pronounce. Caprice.
Yes.
Caprice.
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 Yeah.
Caprice. Okay, and anyway, so we're enjoying having Zach and Sage here for like the last evening.
Yep.
And then we're going to tell them goodbye. This is at 4:30 a.m. and we're all out here staring at the sky, watching the blood moon. But of course, you guys can't see it. Right there it is, actually. Look at that. I didn't think you could see it in here. I'll add some better photos that we're taking, but it's pretty cool. Oh, we're all feeling a little groggy this morning after our early morning rise to watch the moon.
I didn't go out of the house. I just stayed in the house, but I still saw the moon.
She opened the bedroom window, looked out for a while. It was nice. We saw a lot of, must have been a meteor shower, saw a lot of shooting stars. Anyways, Priscilla's fixing the table really nice. Avalon is helping mix things and stuff over here. Waffles, beautiful. Time to take a quick look, see what the boys are doing. So, they're getting a 2x along the top here, just for trim. And they angled it in the back so it comes down and sits right at this angle, about a 15-degree angle. They're putting it all the way around the top there. They started putting J-channel along here. Here you can see the trim. There they've got a corner there that looks super nice. Good job. Coming along here. Oh, they're doing a good job. Looks very good. Looks excellent. Once they're done with that, they're gonna keep putting J-channel all the way underneath here and around there, around here, and all this is gonna get that the metal that's gonna kind of look like board and batten. All right, the boys are making some good progress along here. They're putting all the J-channel all the way up around there. They got all the boards in place, and they're gonna stain those shortly. Have you ever seen so many balloons in your life? I don't know if I have. What are we doing, babe?
It's coming.
So Priscilla's sister's having a baby, so Priscilla's doing a baby shower, and need a lot of balloons, that's all I can say. Now we're gonna hang up these balloons
Yeah, this has to be
somehow.
cleared.
Okay, there is a cherry on top, thingamajigger, whatever you call that balloon, hoopla hoopla. What are you doing, Justin?
Mixing this pigment for the stain.
What color are we using?
Walnut.
So we're doing a double tint walnut, and we're going to be using it for our wooden areas here. We had a stain, but it's not very dark, so we're going to redo it and put a walnut on there to make it darker, so that way it stands out a little bit, I guess, or matches or something. I don't know. So you got all the metal on, boys? All the J-trims cut?
Yeah.
Okay, everything's cut. They're just going to wait to fasten it until everything is stained, and then they'll go ahead and fasten it later. All right, last night we came up here and look at all these feathers. We clipped the wings of the chickens because they kept flying out. We weren't getting as many eggs. They're probably going underneath the chicken coop or something. So tonight, Chloe fed the chickens, and hey, Rosie. And she said, oh, I got 9 eggs. And she came up later and said, oh, I found 2 more. Now look here. Right there is 4 more eggs. So Wyatt has not been finding the eggs very much. So now today we got 15 eggs today, but of course that's not all from today. There's 8 chickens. So yesterday we only got like 4. So obviously they've been laying them around somewhere. And now hopefully we can find these scoundrels. Or these scoundrels won't get out. I mean the hens. Good girl.
There's 2 dust.
Oh man, you guys so.
Okay, there's some lamb. That's the rest of the lamb steak. We had the other lamb steaks when we had company, and now that's the rest of it. Got a little bit of lamb legs and shoulder and roast and stuff left over. Well, here I am, here at my dad's place, and Dad goes to the neighbors and gets about 3 miles down the road and gets this milk for his pigs. The guy milks some cows. So, because we're leaving for Alaska for too long, I told the family's taking turns helping Dad with his pigs and his chores, and we bring him dinner every evening. There's the pigs. And keep his house clean and do stuff like that. Make sure his fire's still going and all this. So I just told the rest of the family, the siblings, we'll just take care of Dad until we leave. Because we won't be around, for a while. So it was my turn tonight. I told the boys I'll go get the milk and help Dad feed the pigs. So just got back from getting the milk at the neighbors and brought Dad some dinner. He's eating some lamb chops that we made leftover, or I mean made extra for him. And so as soon as he comes out here, we'll finish feeding them, I guess, slopping them and giving them mash and all this stuff. So he's got a certain way. He's very picky how he feeds these pigs. They have to be fed a little bit of milk and then a little bit of mash and some pellets and then some milk. They're his babies, I guess, so that's all right. Well, I went and chatted with Dad. It sounds like the pigs have what they need for tonight, so they're good to go. They're grown like pigs, I gotta say that. They are really grown. He's gonna butcher them in a week or so, I guess, a couple weeks maybe. Here's my little dog. Little chihuahua with little short legs. All right, came down to help Dad feed his hogs. He just gave milk, which they went crazy about. They're complaining. They like the milk. They're fatter every day I look at them. How heavy are they, Dad? How heavy are they?
Oh, well, it depends who you talk to. I'd say somewhere between 150 and 200 pounds.
Priscilla's having her baby shower, getting ready for that, so there's only one option: make yourself scarce. She's purring the place up, and I'm like, I gotta get out of there. She knows what she wants, she knows what she's doing, so I'll just find something else to do. Actually, I was helping the boys this morning. We're doing some cleanup outside, and they're just finishing staining all the wood, and then they're gonna start. They cut all the pieces of J-channel that the metal fits in, so they got that all put in, or got it all cut out. As soon as they're done staining the wood, they're gonna attach all of that. Then they can start putting the metal on. So they're working on that. I'm taking a run to the dump. We got to go about I don't know, 2-3 miles down the road, and there's a county green boxes, like a dump station. So it's only open on Thursday through Sunday, so I'm running down there and doing that. And then I can spend the rest of the day. Today's Thursday, and as so often happens, probably because I got too much going on, and I may procrastinate a little bit, but being gone in Alaska for 2 weeks, I got behind on everything, seemed like. So I've just been catching up on paperwork, and gives the boys some extra money. We're paying them to do that, you know, do all the work on the outside there, so that gives them something to do and some money as well. And I get a chance to catch up on different things. So today's video editing day. Usually takes me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to edit a video. So as soon as I get back from running to the dump here and doing a couple more things, I'm gonna just hunker down and lock in and get that done. So it takes a bit of time, but it is just what it is. It goes with it. It's all right. Getting all the J-channel done all the way around the windows, up around there, all the way around there, along the bottom. Looking good. Hey, look at that. That looks pretty nice. I like it. Azariah, are you helping? Okay, that's good. Wow, that actually looks really good, boys. I'm impressed. Is it going well?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of going well? Okay.
What more?
You're being funny, Azariah. That's Priscilla's nephew. Oh, he is helping. Look at that.
Yeah.
So they carved around there and just made that fit so nice. Wow. That looks really cool. I like it. Old rusty barn boards. It matches a little bit more than I had anticipated that it would, but it's still okay. I thought it might be a little bit more of a little bit more of a slight difference, but hey, it's all right. Better than that old gray.
Okay, we'll see snip.
I am just so impressed how this is looking. Looks so much better. Wow. Loving it. All right, one more look around here. I'm just stoked how this looks. Oh, wow. I am so happy about that. Finally. Literally, guys. We got married, 22 years. Well, 21 technically. Nearly 22 years ago. That's how long this has been without. Oh my goodness. What a deal. Looks so much better. That's what it looked like for the last 22 years.
Well,
Not quite. It was worse than that. It had house wrap on it. That was a major improvement. Till a couple years ago. Party's over, and it's time to actually have a party. They're trying to shoot it with a BB gun. Oh, nice.
ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. Okay.
Oh, nice. They're coming around. They're literally down to, are you on the last piece?
No.
Or second or third to last or something? Wow. Amazing. Guys, their eyes here helping again. All right. Oh, they look so good. I'm so happy. Okay, well, Ethan needs to go down and help Grandpa, help my dad feed the pigs and stuff, so he's gonna take off. We got some deer. I guess they're just enjoying the sunrise, just like us. Oh, there. Another one over there. Oh, there's another one. There's the last one. And what a beautiful morning it is. Look at that moon. A few nights ago there was blood moon. Well, I don't know, early part of the week, I guess. And now the moon's setting over the Cabinet Mountains. Oh, I love the mountain view. I'm gonna have to take some of those trees down. They are really growing up this last couple of years. Give us a little bit better view down here. Oh, who's that guy? What in the, whoa, and the girl? What's going on? Who do we have in here? My word. Who are you?
George Lyle.
You're George Lyle? Okay, George, very nice to meet you. What was your former name when you were a child?
Wyatt.
You were Wyatt. Whoa, George, you look great. And who are you, young lady?
Deborah.
You are Deborah. And who was Deborah?
A girl?
What is she, Chloe?
What?
You're gonna do an essay, so tell me who Deborah was.
She was a woman and she lived in Israel and then she fought a battle and then they won.
Very good. Deborah's from the Old Testament in the Bible. And Wyatt is, tell me again, Wyatt, who you are.
I was a black preacher, and then he went on a missionary to Jamaica. He was the first American missionary to go overseas.
Very nice. Okay, good job, Wyatt. Today's dress-up day in school, so about 2 o'clock we're gonna go see them, and they're gonna tell their essay. They're gonna read their essay. Very, very nice. Justin and Ethan have been hard at work this morning, so they've been ripping all this half-inch treated plywood, and they've been ripping up the 2x4s, making them 2x2s, and we're gonna take and build, like I mentioned before, but just under 3 foot tall rock pillars all the way around all these posts out here in front. So they're gonna be starting on that. Should be amazing. It's gonna take a while. Oh man, these boys are fast. They left for just a little bit. Look at this. They're getting these things cranked out. Nice. They're building them on 3 sides, and then they're sliding them over and putting the last side on.
No, it's a Suho. No, it's just, I know. It's
All right, they're getting the thing leveled up. The problem is our concrete slopes out because everything is designed for the water to run away, so everything's got a little bit of an angle, so they got to put shims in each one of these guys.
Deborah. First of all, hello everyone. I am trying to look like Deborah. I admire Deborah for her bravery and trust in God. She was also very smart. Deborah was a kind and loving woman of God. She was also ready to help in any way. She lived in Israel, was a mother in Israel, and was the only woman judge. She truly worked very, very hard. One day, Deborah summoned Barak.
Missionary and pioneer. I admire George Lyle for being simply brave. He was born in Virginia. He was a slave. After living in Virginia, his master took him to Georgia. He loved the Lord loved God, they set him free, and he became the first ordained black preacher. Lyle preached throughout the War of Independence. Lyle and George Bryan founded the first Black Baptist church in Savannah, Georgia. That same year, he went to Jamaica. He preached in Kingston, Jamaica, and became America's first overseas missionary.
Well, this is the schoolhouse. Kids are all outside. Little arts and stuff they did on the wall there. Here is their little library, really nice library. A bunch of the community came together to hear them make their speeches. Okay, Avalon and I are going into my dad's place. We're gonna help him. It's our turn to help him take care of him this week. So we're gonna wash his clothes and clean the floor and mop the floor and clean the toilets and all that good stuff. And my sister's here too. Where is Dad? Oh, there he is. He's working on his apple stuff. What are you making, Dad?
I'm making dried apples.
He's making drying apples here. Okay, project to keep Dad busy besides his pigs. Now we're helping Dad on his apple project, getting ready for the dryer, the dehydrator, I should say. So, Dad, where's your finished bags? Where did you put them?
Those ones.
Oh, here's one. Okay, so this bag, Dad sells this bag for $9, and then this other size bag he sells for $3. So the better deal is the $9 bag. It's a lot of apples for $3. Don't think you can buy those anywhere for that price. Okay, the boys have got these things squared away with string lines, and they're using these 2x right here that they rip, and they're fastening onto the posts. So we're gonna take a big chainsaw, and first thing we have to do is brace this up right here so it doesn't fall down with the jack. We're gonna take a chainsaw and cut this off right here, completely off. And then we gotta take a sandwich out of here. We gotta put these big capstones over here, 2 inches thick. We gotta cut it up here and then cut it down here, and then slide the capstone over it like this. Set it in place, lower it back down so there's pressure on it. So there's holding it from the bottom and holding it from the top. And then they're gonna wrap this with metal lath, and then have to put a scrape mud on it, mortar, and then they can lay rocks. So down here, we purposely left this up a little bit, and we'll keep the rocks down about a ½ inch from the bottom, and then air can circulate through there. That way, hopefully it doesn't get condensation and rot inside there, which it shouldn't, but that's just a way to prevent it. So that's what it's gonna look like.
Feet apart, making melodies in my heart, making melodies in my heart, to the King of Kings. Thumbs up, elbows back, feet apart, knees together, making melodies in my heart,
I caught him. Oh.
to the King of Kings. Thumbs up, elbows back, feet apart, knees together, thumbs out, making melodies in my heart.
They're having a fun little song that they played, that they learned in Guatemala. Somebody taught us.
In my heart, to the King of Kings.
Well, guys, here we are in a completely another place of the world, I guess. Where are we at, babe?
We are on the other side of the United States. We are in Pennsylvania.
Almost at the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes.
Last night we were at the Atlantic Ocean. So
Yeah.
So yesterday we flew from Montana. We were up almost 24 hours. We flew from Montana, drove, and all these experiences as we finally arrived at our hotel at 3 a.m. And it was great. But here we're with our friends, the Harrows, and we're today we're at this National Park Service, and we're going to tour this iron. Riley, what's it called? What's this place called?
Furnace.
Iron Furnace National Historic Site.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're the friends of Harrows, Elizabeth and her two sons.
They took us out to this amazing
Yeah,
steakhouse.
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah.
So good. Now we're going to tour this place, and we just want to take you along, show you a couple things. We're not going to show you much. We're going to be here all week, but we're just going to give you a couple highlights. We'll tell you later why we're in Pennsylvania. But I just want to say, guys, here we're at this very cool place. We're going to throw you a couple clips. So enjoy it with us. So this is what they call an anthractic furnace, and I don't know what that is, but it looks really cool how the way it's built. So they basically think in this area they made charcoal, then they use the charcoal to burn in their furnaces to actually melt the steel and iron into things. This is super interesting. There was an old community that lived here, and just really neat. So here we're gonna go into the actual area where they made this pig iron. It's really neat. I love old historical places like this. Very, very interesting. So much to see and so little time to tell you guys about it. So some things I think when I visit a place like this, that used to be a thriving community at one time. I think they had like around 4,000 acres. A lot of families lived here. They paid them a fair wage, and they had a church, a school. What happened in the last 150 years, 200 years that these people all disappeared? To me, that's kind of a sobering thought. Beautiful place. Can you imagine as a child living up in this area, growing up, walking along this path? Who knows what happened? Oh, we're driving along here, and there's an Amish buggy going down the road. Nice. Okay, we just left the historic park. That was really fun to spend time with our friends.
Yes, we had such a blessed time with
Yeah,
them.
they're so much fun. We got to know them many years ago, and they're just been really a blessing. We got to know Elizabeth and her whole family when the boys were still younger. Now Spencer every year comes to Alaska, or to Montana. He's going with me hunting a lot. Every year that he comes and spends a few weeks with us where we're at. So it's been a lot of fun. We got to know Elizabeth before her husband passed away. So they're all just a wonderful family. They drove like 2 hours to meet us, and we drove like an hour south to meet them. But we just thought we'd share a little bit what we're doing this coming week. And I don't think I'm going to be videoing this next week. What I would like to do is this next week we're going to do like a special video, and I don't think I'm going to do a spoiler alert, but I'm just going to say it'll be different. It won't be a week in our lives. It's going to be something different. So you guys aren't going to want to miss that. But what are we doing this week? Well, I just thought I'd say that we'll throw a couple, maybe we're not going to video a lot this week, but we might throw a little bit of footage in like after this video, after this next clip, this clip that we're talking about. So I'm just going to pull over here for a second. Priscilla and I are here. You know, in the past, we've always been invested in ourselves, and this is what we're doing this week. We're investing in ourselves, in our marriage, and in our and we've shared this on the Legacy Builders. Like in the beginning of the year, Priscilla and I set time apart. We try to do that, and we just like to hear what do we need to do this year, and are some things, is God saying anything in particular that He wants to tell us, and what did we feel this year?
We just got the word deeply rooted, that the Lord wants to root us deeply this year. And so we were asking the Lord, you know, how does that look like? What are you talking about? You know, it's not like we go and try and do something to get deeply rooted, really. It's just a word the Lord gave us. And so, go ahead.
Yeah, so this couple, and so they're in their 70s, I believe. They do ministry. They work with a nonprofit ministry. That's been they've been helping people for the last like 35 years. So they came to Alaska to our church, and we spent a day. They did a day, kind of like a session or seminar or whatever in our church, and so we really felt like we enjoyed what they had to share, and we thought we could learn a lot from them. So we decided to invest in ourselves and come, and we're actually going to spend a week together and individually, like coaching and counseling and just
Yes.
working with them. If there's there's a lot of times there's things in our lives that we don't even know that we don't know. So if there's nothing, awesome, but there's always, like, we all have events that happen in our life of shame and different things that have trauma that has happened in our life, and a lot of times those things affect our lives. And so these are things that we just want to completely clear in our lives and be fully rooted and grounded. And so that's what we're here for. We're going to spend the week. And even though it's not always like the funnest thing to do, the end of when you go through something like this, it's a life-giving, transformational time.
Yeah. And are you going to say what it's called?
Sure. Well, yeah, I guess I can. It's called, for sure. The ministry is called Restoring the Foundations. And you can, I think, get more information on restoringthefoundations.org. Oh, but once we're done with this next, the video that we will put out, especially just for the members, the Legacy Builders.
Legacy Builders. And if you don't know what that is, where can they go to?
Go to Montana Haven, their YouTube page. There's a little button there that says join. Priscilla's arm is getting really tired. Why don't I hold the phone for a minute? Give me the phone. We'll give Priscilla's arm a break. She was holding her arm
I was
up.
like holding the phone.
So she's about ready to collapse. Yes, so just go to Montana Haven YouTube channel, and there's a little button besides subscribe. It says join. Just click on that. There's 2 levels to join. There's a little bit of a cost. It's about the cup of a coffee, a little bit, maybe 2 coffees a month. So it's not very expensive, but there's a little bit of cost because Priscilla and I put extra time in. So we're going to talk about what we learned this week into that next video. So if you want to hear about that video, just go to join and become a Legacy Builder member, and then you can see what we've learned and what we're going to share.
Yes, we named it Legacy Builder because that's what we want it to be. That we can build legacy, we can build, just help train and equip, and
What we love, our heart is with the membership is that you guys always get the free videos every week, but our heart is to go a little bit deeper and to give you some of what we have learned and what we have been, the things what makes our life go and what makes our life tick. And we love to share the things that we do, and the things how we do life, the things that we've learned from how we grew up, and the things that we're continually learning. These are things that we love to share with people. So that's what that membership is all about.
And so Restoring the Foundations came about. We didn't really say that, but when we got the word deeply rooted, that came up to us. We had been kind of thinking about it, and all of a sudden we thought, that is restoring the foundations, and he's deeply rooting us. So it's literally, what we just felt the Lord's heart that we go do this for ourselves.
So this is not something that's free. We have to pay for it, and
it's a big investment.
But the only investment that I heard this one time, I learned it soon after we were married. The only investment that is 100% guaranteed is investment in yourself. That's the only investment that you can 100% guarantee results, is if you invest in yourself, because you have the ability and the knowledge then to use that investment to grow and to learn. So good stuff. Hey guys, I think we're going to sign off here and just say, bless you guys. We love you. Again, like we always do, we want this channel to be a place where you can find hope and encouragement for you and your family. That's what we want. That's what our heart is for you, that you get to know the love from our hearts to your heart, and from the Heavenly Father to yours. Well, this morning, while Priscilla's in our meeting, I decided I'm going to just randomly strike out and find some trails to hike on. So I'm at this nature preserve up here in Pennsylvania, and I decided I'm just going to go on a walk. So I'm just literally striking out through the woods here and seeing what I can find. This is my happy place, the woods. There's nobody around. I hear a creek down here. I'm going to go check it out, and I see some deer trails along here. Never know what I'll find in these Pennsylvania woods. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. They've got some buffalo in here. I think the guy got them out of Yellowstone years ago. Brought them here to his ranch. It's kind of cool. Okay, here's a little quick update on our life. So, we're driving to some friend's house for dinner. And what's her name?
Her name is also Priscilla. Priscilla Good. She's the one who got me into lemongrass spa in the clean skincare products. So we're gonna go see them tonight. They're gonna have us for dinner.
So I just had to stop by this old building. This is an old, I was checking it out. It's an old schoolhouse that was built in 1870. So I think that's pretty cool. But we wanted to give you a quick little update. So some life happened today.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling better now, but it's rough on me when I'm not home and something like this happens. Because as a dad, I want to protect and be there for my children. But Chloe had an accident today. She's fine.
Yeah.
But she did go to the emergency room, and her left wrist is broken in 2 places. She's doing what all little girls should do and climb trees.
Yeah.
So she fell out of a tree, not very, I don't know, I don't think it was very high up, but put her hand out to stop herself, and she broke her wrist. So,
thankfully, we had his sister Leona close by. She rushed up and got her and took her right to the ER. So.
Yep. So.
And we got to FaceTime or call her, and
right.
Yeah.
So we were praying a lot because they thought they'd have to put her to sleep because they thought they had to set the bones. But now we just heard from the doctor saying that nope, they don't have to set the bones. So we're just we thank the Lord, and they're just putting a splint on it, a cast, I guess. So I feel bad I wasn't there for little Miss Chloe, but she's got a lot of support. Justin and Ethan went into the hospital to be with her, and Leona was there, of course. Just glad it's all going to be okay, but there's going to be a healing process.
Yeah.
So anyway, just want to share that little update with you. All is well. You know, Priscilla's compared to things that happen, Priscilla's first nephew. No, wait. No. Wait, how would that be?
It's my first great.
Yeah, first great nephew.
Not nephew.
Or niece, sorry.
Niece.
No, yeah. Your nephew.
Yeah, my nephew.
They just had a baby, a stillborn.
And the doctors so far, I think, don't know why.
So this will be Priscilla's first great niece.
Yeah.
And so that was, their first young. They're very young.
And that just happened yesterday.
Just yesterday. So our heart goes out to them. It's very, very difficult.
They're a very young couple.
Yes.
They got married young, and it's just traumatic.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we're just thankful that, Chloe, compared to that, it's mild. So all is well.
So you can pray for them.
Yes. Let's pray for them that they're still in the hospital from that. That was yesterday. So they're almost 2 days in the hospital now.
Yeah.
And it's hard. So that's life. Life is not easy, but we have someone that goes with us that helps us go through the pain, and that's Jesus. So we're thankful for that.
Yes.
We bless you. Thanks for watching our family. Feel free to share, subscribe, become a member, and we just want to bless you guys. And we'll see you on the next video.